Hello, hi, welcome on in. We are here for session 87 of the Deviants Dorks campaign. I hope you're all having a good week. We're going to be popping into the players and seeing how they're all doing. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Meow meow.
Welcome on in. We are here for session 87 of the campaign. How are y'all doing?
Fine.
I'm eating your
think-
bones.
We're all very low energy today.
I'm
I
doing
can
your
smell
mom.
dinner being cooked and it smells really good and I'm hungry.
We are kind of all low energy today, but we are here. We are queer and we're ready to play D&D.
Hell yeah.
But, do you guys have anything that you want to shout out? Any upcoming streams, projects, stuff that you're looking forward to? Anything at all?
I'd like to shout out that I'm not dead as my last stream ended early because of a tornado.
Oh!
Oh!
Well,
Oh.
I'm glad you're not dead.
That's a great way of putting that.
That'd be wild to learn that you're now a ghost. Haunting my
Yeah.
computer.
Honestly, if you were a ghost, I'd ask why you aren't here saying hi to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like why I went to work today.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
You're a ghost that you still have to go to work? What the
I'm a
fuck?
ghost. Yeah, I'm a ghost and I still have to clock in.
You're a ghost in the
Man, the
machine.
afterlife sucks.
I literally, yeah, I'm a ghost. I had to get drug tested today.
Oh, damn. But, anyone else? Any projects, streams, fun stuff going on in your life?
Oh, the Ina game is coming
know.
out on the 27th, so I'm gonna stream that.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And I've been part of the Patreon for like the past year, so I got my name in the credits.
Hell
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's so fun.
I'm so fucking excited.
Understandable.
This is outside of stream thing, but I'm running one shot for a bunch of coworkers coming up soon, and it's a bunch of their
Ooh.
first time playing D&D, so that's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be interesting. They all came up with their character ideas without talking to each other, and
Mhm.
Oh,
4
man.
of the 5 players are gnomes.
Gnome Central.
As they
4
should
gnomes and
be.
1
As they
babysitter.
should be.
As they should be.
Wait, we did that recently too. That like a lot of none of us talked to
Yeah.
each other about a one shot, and we all
And that was
were
my one
like,
shot.
yeah, I think like 3 of us were gnomes.
Yeah.
It was a very gnomey one shot.
Oops, all gnomes.
Oops, all gnomes.
Oops, all gnomes.
Oops, all gnomes.
It's 4 gnomes and a tiefling.
The last one's just a run off tiefling.
Again,
Tiefling.
4 gnomes and a babysitter.
Yeah. Also, 3 of the
Oh.
players have the criminal background, so that's going to be interesting.
You know what I'm doing? Probably in the next like 2 weeks.
What's up?
Dropping out of uni.
Oh boy.
Fair.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do. Take care of yourself.
I call this the burnout special.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
We love it.
Yummy.
Oh,
How exciting.
yeah. Unless there's anything else anybody else wants to shout out, I think this is a good time to get on with the session. Last session, you all rolled back into town, into Lightport, coming from across continents, and you took the item, the crystalline reconstructor that you got from your time, and revived your teammate Tempter, brought them back to life, or back to memory, more is the better way to say. And now, it is shortly after that time, you are all kind of gathered together in Freak Swords with Terra, and she just kind of looks at all of you, and she's like, You have all done quite a lot the past few days. I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna need more from you soon, but I don't want you all to burn out. So if you're interested, I got you an all-expense paid trip to the local spa.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh
My, how
my!
exciting.
And you think we would deny that? Why?
Oh, listen, I don't know. You keep throwing yourself at dangerous situations. I would hope you have the self-preservation to take a break. But at
I
the
spent the last week in like therapy, so
I spent the last week here.
I spent the last week in another country.
Yes,
Yeah.
quite a few of us did.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been nice having some warning about some of the bits that went on, but you know, also if that ends well, I guess.
Indeed.
Warning about what now?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh,
We're
I
all
be asking
good
questions
and
about
cool
this?
and awesome.
what?
We are all good and cool and awesome.
Yes.
Anyways,
Okay.
No one who came back punched anyone in the face. Actually, no, none of the political emissaries punched anyone in the face.
Did you punch?
never.
Did you all get in a fist fight with
No.
royalty from another country?
No.
No,
Not at all.
actually, it was
It was worse.
once again. I said none of the political emissaries.
Did any of you do anything illegal in Arctis?
Nothing that we
Define
got in trouble for.
illegal.
We got pardoned for one of our things. The king said it was fine, so don't worry about it.
What could you have
Okay.
possibly done that you need to have gotten pardoned from the king?
Kidnapping a talking cat, maybe?
Pardon?
Yep.
We weren't supposed to say that.
Oh yes, no, nothing at all.
We did not do that.
It
There
is
was
quite
never a talking
unfortunate-
cat. The cat can't talk.
It is quite unfortunate
going
that
to,
I
like,
believe
lean
you
over to
that
Cleo,
there is a
like-
cat.
You. We're going to the spa later. You're telling me this.
Oh yes, no, absolutely.
Ooh,
I will.
spa gossip.
But yes, no, yeah, no, as I said, the only person who punched any. Now, I very much so wanted to punch him, but the only person who punched anyone was Valios,
So,
and it was completely warranted.
so you guys didn't punch any royalty.
No,
Nope.
Okay. Thank God. Do I have to worry about any political backlash from the Arctis Kingdom?
Probably
No.
not.
I think the king was pretty okay with us.
Okay. You talked to the king?
Yes.
Yep.
We did a little job for the queen. We spoke with the king. We met the Archduke. I didn't punch the Archduke in the face.
Keyword didn't.
Keyword didn't.
Keyword did not.
You,
Um,
as you were all
Yeah.
talking to Tara, you see she's just kind of leaning against, like the bar in Freak Swords, and she's holding this like massive cup of just black coffee, which has gotten cold at this point, and she's just like idly sipping at it, and she looks exhausted. She is worn out and tired, and she's just absorbing this information and just like filing it away as a not my problem.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah.
Except it's kind of her circus and
It is
Yeah.
kind of, yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
It
her
is,
monkeys.
yeah. It kind of-
it is,
kind of
it is
is.
actually her circus and actually her monkeys, but you know, we'll pretend that it isn't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She looks to you all and is like, okay, I'm forcing you all to take a break. Go relax.
Yahoo!
We'll talk soon of stuff. There's stuff going on, but you guys all need to relax. So go. Go relax.
Okay.
Book boy, and she points to Damien. Who are you? What why are you
Please never
here?
call me book boy again.
Okay. What what are you here for?
Well, you asked me to be well. Actually, I have this thing that I need to talk to the robot one about. Not a robot, but
How dare you?
How fucking dare you?
Excuse me.
well, book boy is pretty accurate if you consider what I do, and that is, and he's gonna pull out the book of flesh and bone. These. I take care of these.
Tempter's like staring at you holding the book. Like looking at the book specifically.
I am very curious how this came into your possession, first and foremost.
Oh, and also, don't you have questions about the other ones as well?
Yes, the other ones. I do have quite a few questions about that. For you too as well, Moon Wizard. I found out some
Oh.
very interesting information.
Sure.
So, when you found the Book of the Deep,
Yes.
did you know whose corpse you were taking it from? As like a first point.
I mean, no, it was quite eaten away by the forces of the deep.
The corpse was
Oh,
completely
good. I'm about to
skeletonized.
tell you some information that might cause some emotional damage.
Why are you going to tell me this now in front of everyone?
I can tell you it later if you prefer.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well, now you're going to get me all anxious. Now I'm going to be thinking about it all day. God damn it!
We can like step out.
Look at you being nice to people, Damien.
I know it's weird. don't
I
know how
never
to-
thought I'd see the day.
Because I'm old.
Oh yes, and also this is. I would probably have some damage if I found out this information. So I'm. No. Empathy, whatever that is.
I didn't know you had it in you.
I didn't either. Weird. Anyways, Tempter, right? That's your name,
That is correct. And you are?
Damien. Lovely to meet you. I hope I never see you again after today.
Pleasure.
That'll be great. I'm going to give you this book back on the one
would be-
condition that you
And
do
that
not
might
give it
be?
back to the librarian.
Pardon?
He and I are a bit of a. Well, he neglected to tell me some things that are important to why I am even working with him in the first place, and so I'm not giving him this book back, essentially.
Do you believe I have retrieved this from the librarian?
Well, no, but all of them end up back in the library eventually, so.
Would you mind telling me why you do not want this book to be with the librarian?
He's a bitch and I hate him.
Is that all?
Well, yes, and also he didn't tell me about the Book of Dreams, and I've been wondering where that was, and now I know exactly where it is, thanks to you guys, or so I hear.
I can also contribute to the librarian as a bitch.
I see.
So I agree with the librarian is a bitch. Bit.
Yeah.
So if you require input from someone you
But
know,
so-
maybe a little bit better.
So many of us are bitches. What makes us any better?
Well, I was looking for the Book of Dreams like a couple of weeks ago, and he refused to tell me where it was. And then I found out when I was with you guys that actually it's with someone
Oh.
I really don't want to have it. But what's said and done.
Yes. We
Wait, who has the Book of
elected
Dreams?
we elected to give the book away for something special.
Who has the Book of Dreams?
Town does. The god of magic.
Okay, we're just going to...
Oh, right. The things that happened before
Yeah.
it. Yes, that's right. Yes.
Quite frankly, I don't like the fact that he has two of them now, or the fact that apparently quite a few of you are responsible for both of them.
I
But
was
We have our
only
reasons.
partially responsible.
We have our reasons.
you have your reasons, and I have my reasons. We'll agree to disagree. So here's your book back.
Thank you. Now,
I
I
mean,
ask,
if he's the god
if
of magic, doesn't it make sense that he would already
no,
be able to just get these books whenever he wants?
No.
There
much as
are
I do
there
not
are
like-
rules. The gods aren't allowed to do certain things, and the messing with the librarian is generally considered to be a bad idea.
I hate politics.
Yes,
Yeah,
no, but
politics is one way
politics
to
are
put it.
yeah,
so
when you give
bad.
Tempter to back the book, they immediately put it in their chest. Thank you for returning this.
Well, let's see if this one doesn't end up in a certain someone's.
I do not have plans on giving this book away. In fact, the only person
Good.
I would have considered to give it to was the librarian. But
That can be like a few hundred years down the line. I'll come back and get it at some point.
Or if you'll
Perhaps.
die, I'll pick it off your corpse again. Oh yeah, baby. Do you want guys want to know what good
Please.
pussy sounds like?
Oh my god.
What?
I just got mac and cheese. I'm
Please.
sorry.
Oh my god! I just
Oh my god.
that caught
That
me
was so out of context.
That was
I was
so,
like, what?
so out of context.
I was about to say, I was just like,
I thought
Cleo,
that-
please do not joke about such things. I had just returned.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that Tempter when they are dead sounds like mac and cheese?
Oh my god.
I don't understand how that
No!
would work. They're made of metal, and not
What
liquids.
kind of mac and cheese are you eating? It's just nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts
I
soup.
guess that
Good soup.
is that the kind of mac and cheese a warforged would eat?
I have no idea what we're talking about now. What
I
happened?
don't
I
know
don't
what we're
either.
talking about now either. Like the mac and cheese comment was made out of character.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it sounds so funny in character.
Okay, erasing mac and cheese from the context and the conversation. The book was returned to Tempter. Continue, Damien.
Now that that's out of the way, Moon Wizard,
Yes.
is there a private room somewhere we could just like step away?
I can cast Outlook's Resilience Sphere.
Or you two can go back to the house.
Oh my
You
god,
have a
we have a
house?
house! I've completely forgot about that!
Tara also pipes up. It's like, if you need, you can use my bedroom. Just
That seems... that... I mean, I guess...
I mean,
If you're cool with that, I'm going to feel a little weird.
you two are just talking, right? Like, you're not gonna go in there and like fuck. Like, what?
It feels
Like, what?
when- Well, come to think of it, I think I've used transportation circle in your bedroom before, so I guess
Literally,
it's not that
literally
weird.
at like 2 a.m.
You know, you
Very
raise an
awesome.
excellent point. Let us
Okay.
retire to the bedroom.
Just go. You two head over to Tara's bedroom and crack it open. You see the rug that normally covers the transportation circle is just shoved into the corner of the room, so the circle is just exposed. There's the bed in the corner of the room with a bedside table, but other than that, the room's pretty bare. It's just a bunch of like storage crates and boxes. It's a very utilitarian room, but you two have privacy.
All right. What is this information you want to discuss with me?
I've read in quite a few history books that you traveled with someone named Saphira.
Oh, yes, many years ago.
Did you ever wonder what happened to her?
I wonder what happened to all of my companions.
Well, I mean, I've got an answer for this one. You went and paid her a little visit when you picked up the Book of the Deep.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
My job as it is to really... I like collecting Ibarra hands to study and to figure out why they're like that. And so, hearing that you had a Book of the Deep, I did a little digging and I thought, your name popped up, and so did hers. And so I kind of put two and two together. And this is as much kindness as I can pull out of my body for the next, like, decade.
Yes. Well, I have a bit of history with said author. Not like a weird, not in a weird
Yes.
way. Not in a weird way.
What are you implying, first off?
What? No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say. You're hearing
Damien
things.
is giving Moon Wizard, like... He's not sure if this is actually Moon Wizard or just some senile old man.
Roll an insight check.
It's better. I'm both.
This is... I've just realized I don't have Roll20 open. Oops.
I'll do you even better. Insight or perception?
I don't know if that's better for me. Our perception is better.
Okay.
It's 24.
You're sitting here staring at this weird senile old man, and you're struggling to figure out if this is actually the ancient magical historical figure and historical knight of the god of magic. You saw how everyone in Arctis revered Moon Wizard for his past and their great deeds. And now you're starting to doubt whether or not this is the actual Moon Wizard or another copycat. And while you're kind of looking Moon Wizard up and down, it's hard to get a vibe, but then what catches your eye isn't Moon Wizard himself, but his staff. You see this gnarled wooden staff with... It's got a orb at the top, correct?
Yeah. It
Um,
looks like an orb being clutched in a dragon's claw.
and your eye catches the orb, and you see two eyes staring at you, watching you through this orb, and you feel this extreme sense of divinity. You are being perceived by a god.
An
And
immediate look of disgust at the orb.
it is brief, and you make eye contact, and then the eyes disappear and fade away. This is the Moon Wizard.
You know, I would question the whole thing of whatever you've got going on, but I guess working with that fucker for a couple of centuries would do that to someone. Right. I have run out of all the empathy.
Do what?
Well, you know,
I don't know what you mean.
kind of just waves a hand at the everything of Moon Wizard.
By the way, I wanna note that I'm still wearing the jeans.
I forgot.
I am still wearing the jeans. I have been wearing the jeans this entire time.
You have been wearing jeans that you took from the mayor 15 sessions ago.
That I was rewarded from the mayor.
Official mayoral jeans.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that you just wanted that dude's pants.
Anyways, I'm not going to further acknowledge what Damien said to me.
Yeah. Demon's going to say that, and then it's like, well, my job is done here. I'm going to go. And he's just going to turn and leave.
Okay.
So,
That certainly wasn't weird.
where is Damien going? Where is Damien heading? That is my question. Is Damien...
That's a very good
Is
question.
Damien sticking around in Lightport, or are you heading back to Arctis?
He's going to stick around for like a day, and then he's probably going to head back to Arctis.
Okay. You would probably need Moon Wizard's help Moon Wizard or Misty's help teleporting you back. You technically could get back through the library, but you know, traversing distance on the material plane through the library does require express permission from the librarian. So you would have
I'm not dealing with that, bitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can dip in and out of the library whenever, but to dip in and then dip out in a different location, that requires permission from the librarian.
Damon's going to ask Misty when he gets a chance.
Okay.
I feel like he's done enough emotional damage to Moon Wizard for one day.
Moon Wizard, Damien leaves the room and you're left alone in Tara's office, and you also catch Tal's eyes just watching.
I'm going to continue to pretend like I don't see them.
Okay.
I'm not going to acknowledge them at all.
You head out and make your way back to the party. The rest of you, what are you doing?
Good question.
That is a good question.
I was gonna say,
If no one's thinking of anything, can I have my Irving scene?
yes. Irving is hanging around during this too. Irving and Damien were both here, as well as Brian Tempter. So
Irving's just been hanging out in the back.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you
And she is going to try and get like Tara's attention and then pull her off to the side.
Tara, it takes a second, but Tara notices Irving's like attention, and kind of like steps aside and just like, yes, your payment here is 600 gold. Thank you for the help.
Yes, thank you. Much appreciated for the gold. But there's something else I would like to talk to you with.
Okay.
I would like to start off with your party of heroes are not that good of keeping their mouth shut. I know all about the dragon.
God,
So, with
God
that,
damn it.
I ask you, is my family safe here? Can I trust that my kid won't be born into a war zone?
We are doing everything within our power to keep Lightport safe. And I'm going to be expressly honest with you. I don't know. We have gathered allies with the other cities. We are all working together on this, but I cannot put Lightport safety over any of the other cities. Otherwise, favoritism shows, and we will lose allies.
I appreciate that. However, I believe it would be wise if you inform the people of the threat. Because if I didn't know, then I'm assuming this information is not public.
It's not. We.
What if the dragon attacks tomorrow? What if? The people are unaware. More will die because they did not know about it. I think you should tell them. I understand you do not want to cause a panic, but there will be panic no matter what the situation is. I would just like it to be informed panic rather than senseless panic. Because if you tell, then those who wish to flee can flee. Those who wish to fight can fight. But if no one knows, those who wish to flee or fight may die instead. I'm just saying. You do not want the people
Saying.
Shut up! I'm so into this. I'm simply saying it is wise to the people should not find that there is a dragon on the horizon when there is literally a dragon on the horizon. You need to tell them soon. Especially if you think this dragon is attacking soon. You are gathering an army, and Arctis noticed. Arctis. The king asked, why are we forming an army? And not the king knows we are fighting the dragon.
God. I pay these people to keep their mouth fucking shut.
Like I said, but however, the king thought you might be waging an army against her. That is not the case, and understandable as to why the rest of the party had to explain it. However, it is quite obvious something is happening. It is best to, I believe it would be best to be upfront with the people. Okay? Just a word of advice. Now, I thank you for the money. This was quite an experience. I never wish to go to Arctis again. I never wish to party with these motherfuckers again. What the fuck are they? I need to go talk to my husbands. And Anya. And Irving is going to walk away. Think about what I said.
Before you walk away, Tara just like reaches out and grabs you and says, "There are protections for the city, both physical and magical. I understand if you do not feel safe here. You have done a great service, and if you wish to leave, I can get your family off continent."
I appreciate that, but I must discuss it with my family first. I hope your work goes well. And she leaves.
Tara just off in the corner leans her back against the wall and just slumps down in a kneeling position, staying there for a minute before standing back up and going back to the party. You all see Tara come back. Okay. All of you. You know where to go. Head to the grove, underneath, you find a door in the grove. It's somewhere. They keep moving it. I keep telling them not to. It leads to the underground sauna. Enjoy, relax, spend time.
Tempter says, if we don't know where it is, we can always ask Sandleaf.
That's right, you guys can talk to... Can you
Well,
talk
I
to them?
can't. I personally cannot, but I do remember Daisy had mentioned that she put a bracelet on Sandleaf, so I will be able to tell which one it is.
Cool. Relax. Rest. I have information for you all, but I'll give that to you after you relax. Go. And she could just kind of like forcefully shove you all out of Greek Swords.
Welp.
What do you all do?
Tempter, as like they're walking, Tempter's just gonna like make like conversation to Moonwood, say, so what did happen in Arctis? As like this is like a
I also have questions.
I may or may not have answers. Who knows?
Well, then bring it up if you're not going to have answers. That just makes you seem suspicious. Sorry, that was really rude. I apologize.
Oh no, it's okay. I know I'm suspicious.
Oh. Okay, so you're aware of it then. Alright, then I rescind my apology.
Wait, this was Tempter told about the other Warforged corpses? Or no? I don't remember.
No, I don't think so.
Cool.
Not yet.
No, I think Valiant
Why'd you say
might
it
have.
like that?
In the sense, I
think
can't remember. I'm
Valiant-
just like, I feel like that's something Valius would have mentioned, but I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I think Valius mentioned it.
Oh, I think
so
Valius
don't-
did mention that, yeah.
Okay, then yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, then Tempter does know. I didn't know if there was going to be like a little shock value moment.
You know, Valius wasn't in the meeting with Tara. It didn't feel that it was its place.
Yeah, that's fair.
What is Valius doing right now?
I think puddling around in the lobby.
Of Freak Swords?
Yeah.
I'll say the lobby was restricted for that meeting, but like you watch
Oh.
first Irving leaves, and then very shortly after, the rest of the party kind of gets kicked out of Freak Swords, and you're able to enter in Freak Swords if you want. Do you?
Valius wants to talk to Tempter and also find someone to maybe punch, but like in a mutual sparring way.
You see Tempter and the rest of the party head out of Freak Swords, and they're all just kind of idly talking to each other.
Tempter, my friend.
Yes,
Aha.
Valius.
I wish to speak with you about my future plans potentially. And Cleo's gonna also like chime in and be like, actually, Valius, I have some information that you might want to know about regarding some other Warforge. Being that you will be not tied up in this whole. Well, I assume you're not going to get all tied up in this whole war with the dragon thing. And Valius looks over to Theo, like, yes. Any information about any of my comrades is very helpful. So I guess I will be speaking with you both.
Is this a conversation you would like to have in private?
Cleo says, my bits of the conversation I would like to have in private at least. But if Valius wishes to speak about its plans now, I see no reason why we couldn't walk and talk. And Valius stops and thinks for a moment, and it's just like, I believe that we should go speak in private for a moment.
Very well. And Tempter turns to the rest of the party. I shall catch up with you later. I know where to find you.
Peace.
And Cleo's just like, I don't really know where to find you, but I'll be with Tempter, so I shall also catch with you all later.
Please tell Sandleaf that Cleo and I will be arriving later. Talking to Moon Wizard on that one, since Moon Wizard's also the only one who might be able to recognize. No, Prar's there, fuck. Prar can
Prar's here.
recognize fucking.
Dude, how do you mess those two up?
Here's the thing.
No, I was just like,
Par
oh yeah,
may know
Moon
which
Wizard.
one Sandleaf is. The other thing is, Par has not been to the spa before, I don't think.
That's true.
I don't touch it.
I don't think Moon Wizard went to the spa.
You don't know that. I've been around a while.
Moon Wizard did
That's
this.
true.
I think Moon Wizard actually went to the spa once by himself, without the rest of the
Okay,
party.
well,
Sounds
Tempter just says, look for the diarad with the bracelet on it. That is Sandleaf. And is going to follow wherever Valius leads.
I'm assuming the three of you going for a private conversation you go to the house? Or is there someplace else you want to go?
Yeah, the house works. Sorry, Oppo came and gave me more food.
The three of you head over to. Thank God. The three of you head over to your own house that you have been gifted recently for your efforts, and head inside. It is a little more furnished. There's a little more furniture here and there. It looks like it's actually been lived in the past few days. And you don't see him at the moment, but you do see some of Marv's stuff is just like splayed around in the living room. It seems like Marv and Florin have been crashing here the past few days. But the house is empty, and you are free to have your private conversation.
So, Valius, what is it you wish to speak with us about?
Well, I would wish to simply discuss what my future plans are when it comes to, you know, future plans. Involving some of it involving Arctis, a lot of it involving Arctis, most of it involving Arctis. Locating our comrades and acquiring and properly burying those of the fallen. And Cleo's gonna chime in and be like, that last bit is exactly what I wished to speak with you about. Being that, as I've been around quite a while, and I've been alive the entirety of the time that you and the other Warforged have, I do know where quite a few... I am aware that Warforged have their own burial customs, and
That is correct.
I am aware of the locations of multiple different Warforged corpses. They were mostly put into mass graves that I assisted with making. So I can tell you the exact locations of pretty much anyone in those graves, and I can give you information on where these Warforged will be, so you may bury them properly, as they deserve to be. Because I don't really. My brain is like fighting between Cleo and Valius right now, so
You're all good.
it's like I'm just like I don't words are being huh?
It's conversation with
It's just
Taffy
like-
and Ray.
Yeah, it's conversation with Taffy and Ray. And part of Ray's brain is trying to explain this information, and then part of Ray's brain is trying to process this information, and they're not having a good time.
I believe in you.
Yeah, no, I'm doing my best. Thank you. But I can give you information as to where they are, because I believe I've given some of this information over to you, Tempter.
You have.
But, well, I believe I'm correct to assume that you will be sticking with the party when it comes to defeating
The dragon,
Robert.
yes.
Yes, the dragon. So potentially handing this information over to Valius. Valius will be able to go to those graves sooner than you would, of course, and also prevent a certain someone or certain someones from acquiring more bits of Warforged.
Of course.
And Valius is just like, yes, I definitely agree with that notion. Part of my plans, of course, as I said, I'm getting out of Valius's voice, but I don't fucking care right now. I'm mixing the voices too. I don't know, whatever.
Hello.
I'm sorry that like I'm so all over the place. My
Hi.
brain is just braining.
No, you're good. You're good. Hi. Sorry, stream. My computer crashed. It should be all back up and ready.
Aha!
Aha. Yes. The last thing I heard was you were gonna get Valius the information.
Yeah, so Cleo hands over the information to Valius. Valius thanks Cleo. And then begins to explain what its plans are. which is essentially Valius wants to locate all of these Warforged, all these dead Warforged, and send them home, and in the process of doing that, Valius also agreed, made a promise to the current king of Arctis that as long as she reigns, Valius will not cause too much trouble. So Valius will simply be preparing to cause a lot of trouble. Valius intends to, at minimum, probably kill the Archduke. And, ransack, his collection. At most, overthrow Arctis, teehee. And because Valius wants to do good and wants to help people. And right now, Valius perceives Arctis and its ruling class as not doing good and not helping people.
Yeah. Warforged are good at overthrowing kingdoms, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, and it's not necessarily going to be an army of Warforged. It's simply going to be, like-minded people who want to do good and also might, not like necessarily the current governing bodies of Arctis, but Valius is going to stick to its word and not do anything until after the current king is no longer king. So, overthrown, dies, whatever happens, and if the current king is no longer king, Valius is the big plan will go into motion, which will immediately start with, we should kill that guy, to the Archduke. So.
Okay.
As you know, Tempter is very much a let's not try to kill people with some exceptions. After hearing everything that happened, the Archduke is an exception and is totally fine with killing this guy.
I think we're gonna need to kill this guy, Tempter.
Yeah. And Valius invites if Cleo and Tempter are finished with are available or for killing this guy, invites both of them to.
I do hope that my quest will be finished by the time you wish to go on this endeavor.
I'm honestly down. I'm game. Ideally, this happens after I get certain people who are attempting to make me dead. I make them dead. But if it happens beforehand, that's fine too. But yes, no, I'm totally down to join you on these endeavors. Valius nods and pats both of them on the shoulders really firmly and hard, and then hugs each of them individually and is like, haha, thank you, I appreciate it. Now I'm going to go find someone to spar with. Good day.
You enjoy that.
And
Valius, one more thing. Actually, this
Yes.
is something I just thought of. Perhaps it would be best for us to stay in touch. Shall we commission a sending stone for us to be so that we can communicate?
Wonderful. I will be here at least for a few more days. I don't know how long I'll stay. Haha.
Wonderful. If you wish to spar with someone, I am aware that Terra is very inclined to be spying with people.
Wonderful. Thank you. Goodbye. And
Goodbye.
Valley sleeps.
And Tempter turns to Cleo, saying, "Follow me. I shall take us to the spa." And we go.
The rest of you make your way to the grove. Misty, Prar, and Moon Wizard. You all head your way there. It is like normal, um, different from the last time you were here. The locations of the main pathways, the trees, they all move from a day-to-day basis. You pass by a pond, which you do remember is a portal to the Feywild, and you have entered in a few times. Um, but it seems to be kind of sparse today. There's not a lot of people out and about. There are a few druids here and there, and I don't know who is manning the investigation for Stanley.
I mean, I can speak in Druidic. I could just ask any of the druids.
Tempter mentioned that the one wearing a bracelet is Sandleaf, or should be Sandleaf.
I yeah. I mean, if we're going investigating, I'm probably not the best for that. I'm better at talking.
You can always just go up and ask. There's a few
Yeah.
there you've heard of them been called the druids, but you take a look at these creatures. These are all dryads. Here in the material plane and not in the Feywild, they have a much more simplistic and oddly uncanny look where they are just these tall, bulky humanoid figures with blank faces, hollow eyes, and just green lights where their eyes would be. They seem almost more like animated trees than dryads. Um, but in the Feywild, they are much more defined, animated. Uh, and you do see uh, among the ones that are currently working and tending to the plants, there is one that is kind of standing there and just like holding both of its hands up to a tree, and you see there is just fruit growing on the trees. Just these like large, plump red apples just slowly growing as it uses its magic on the trees. And you see there is a bracelet on one of its arms.
Hello. I will say in Druidic. Hello, sup, you Sandleaf?
The head turns and stares at you, seemingly surprised, and you feel a consciousness prodding yours, and you hear in your head, "Hello. Yes.
Hi, hi. Would you be able to show us to the spa? Possibly. Or point us in the direction?
Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry. We don't. There's not a lot of people here who can talk to us."
There's not really a lot of druids in this area. It's interesting. You'd think that druids would come to here to help with the ecosystem, but alas, we don't tend to like the desert.
That is fair.
You know?
Uh, Sandleaf kind of looks at you and then past you at the rest of your group and turns back to you and is like, "You're friends with them?"
Yes, I guess you could say that. Yes. Um, yes, they are hanging out with them for the time being.
I have a question, and I can't ask them. Could you ask them for me?
Sure.
How is Daisy?
Oh, um, she's okay. From what I know. She is currently in the Feywild doing things.
Okay,
Not sure what exactly, but
thank
from
you.
what I know, she's quite a chaotic being. You're welcome. You're welcome.
She is very sweet.
Are you sweet on her?
I shall show you the I shall show you the way to the spa. Yes, and just starts like walking away. If like a very stiff walk, like awkward and if a tree could blush, um, eventually you are all led. There is just in the middle of like a group of trees off the beaten path. There is just a dirt staircase leading down. It's hard to find. Um, and you see just at the bottom of the staircase is this like gnarled wooden door, and the druid just points down the stairs and says, "It's in your mind. That is where you need to go.
All right. Thank you, sweetie.
Have a good day."
Have you too. Have fun with your apples.
Thank you. And Sandleaf just turns around and goes back to apple growing. Uh, you all descending the stairs and entering the spa. You see there it is a like simple stone room. There is one person sitting at a desk, and there are like these like metallic lockers lining the walls, and you see this person just look up. It is a like older halfling, like man in just like these big glasses on his face and like gray hair like swooped into like this like cough like swooped to the side, and he just looks up and he's like, "I take it you are the woven fates?"
Some of them.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Excellent. The spa is rented out specifically for you.
Goody.
All paid for by Terra.
Mara's going to lean over to Moon Wizard. Does he always sound like this?
Yes.
Okay.
What was that? My
Oh,
ear.
nothing. It was just I was commenting on how lovely the decor is in here. You know?
Thank you. It's a very hole in the wall location.
Yeah, it's definitely one way to put it.
Feel free to put any of your the items in the lockers. There is a sauna, a hot spring. Uh, if you would like, I do give very good massages. Hmm, multiple
moon wizard requires a mud bath for my complexion.
That we can do. And you see, like, he, like, steps out from behind the desk, and, like, he, like, steps down from the chair and disappears underneath the desk, and then comes around the other side holding this, like, gnarled wooden staff. And he's like, come with me, and just like pulls you to a side room. There are like multiple of these like wooden doors around the stone walls, and you see like he takes you into a chamber and starts. He actually uses druidic magic and like whips up and creates the mud and like sets up this mud bath for you.
And if I may ask,
Yes.
would you happen to have any pudding on hand?
We were made aware ahead of time that that would probably be requested, so we have quite a selection.
They know me so well.
Chocolate, vanilla, banana, tapioca.
Vanilla would be divine.
Vanilla. That sounds good. Let me... I'll be right back. And he just disappears.
Do you have any lemon?
Pudding?
He just yells down the hall. Lemon? Lemon? Lemon?
Lemon pudding?
Lemon pudding?
No, but that could be arranged.
No one ever has lemon pudding.
You see, he like points the staff at the ground, and you see just popping out of like thin air is a like just a fox appears out of thin air and like lands on the ground on all fours, and he just like looks at the fox like, lemon pudding, and the fox like just barks at him and runs out the door.
Do foxes bark? I don't know, but I think
Yeah, they go,
those are.
They yelp.
Oh
They
yeah,
yelp.
they do.
It's
What
more of
is
a
it,
yelp
the-
than a bark.
I know. I
not
actually
funny.
imagined like a full-on just woof, and I was just like, what? It was just so funny in my head. It's just the fox like actually like dog barking and then running away. I'm just like, what the fuck?
He after sending a fox to go get lemon pudding, he turns to you, Misty. What can I do to help you relax?
Do you have a pool or
No.
something like it?
Are you looking for a cold swimming pool or a hot tub or?
Nice in between, like, like a hot spring. But it's not too hot, but just hot enough.
Yes. And he like comes, just grabs you by the hand and starts pulling you towards the door. And you see he takes his wooden cane and knocks it on the door twice, and then swings it open. And you see there is a like medium-sized like underground like hot spring pool. There are like built into the side of it are like built-in chairs, but it is big enough that you can swim around in. There are like these little indents into the stone wall where like these shelves that are like carved out of the stone, where there are candles, like little like dried herbs. There are like pitchers with water and like little snack plates, and it just seems it is just a relaxation room.
This is perfect, thank you. When the others arrive, can you tell them not to be alarmed, but if they come in this room, they will not see me.
Um, Understood. Yeah.
I'm here. They just won't be able to see me, probably. Unless I'm coming up for air.
Understood. And he just hobbles out of the room. And Prar, it is all of a sudden this old man is standing next to you.
I suppose you've got like hot tubs. Just
Yes, we can. Yeah, come with me. And he turns to another one of these doors and just like knocks the cane against it and swings it open. And there is just this one's smaller than the room that Daisy went in, but it is instantly you just see steam wafts out of the door, and it is just extremely hot in this room. Uh, a smaller but much warmer hot tub with similar shelves. There's lit candles, snacks, and like there's just like a fold out beach chair that's just in the corner. And he's like, "Is there anything I can get for you when you are relaxing?"
this is gonna sound weird, like an iced coffee or something.
Hmm. Understood. I will see what I can do. And he hobbles
Thank
out of the
you.
room, leaving you alone. Before we get on with the rest of the party reuniting, uh, this might be a good time to take our break, if that is alright with everybody.
Yeah.
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 We will see everybody in 10 minutes, and we'll continue and pick up from there. See you all soon.
So,
Hello, we're popping back in with the players. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back. Um, in the time that you all, in the time that you all start to relax, Misty, you are given your lemon pudding. Prar, you are given a iced coffee.
Oh yeah.
Now I want a nice coffee, like me as a person.
Moon Wizard.
Why do you think I asked for one?
Moon Wizard, you are also given vanilla pudding.
Yay!
And you are told there are other options if you request it. But as you are all starting to settle into your each individual rooms, Tempter and Cleo, you both approach and enter in the spa.
Cleo's gonna look for Misty.
You look around. There are like 6 different doors. 3 of them have their doors open. And 3 of them the doors are shut. There is a crotchety old halfling that is currently handing Prar a iced coffee. In one room, another room, you can peek in the door and you see Moon Wizard is just sitting there in a mud bath, and then the third open door.
Oh, you wouldn't actually see Misty.
Yeah, the third room is a large open pool room, and you do not see Misty in it.
Cleo has a feeling. Cleo's gonna just walk into the pool room.
If you
Like,
look closer into the pool,
Yeah.
you do see that Misty is like half corporeal, just like a fetus in the water.
Cleo's gonna wave at Misty. Like,
Hi.
disturb the surface of the water a little bit. I don't know, get Misty's attention.
Misty will float up to the top.
What is the
Hello, darling.
hello?
You know the best way to relax, yes?
Mm-hmm.
With lots
Pretend I
of
don't
drugs.
exist, like I haven't
No,
been
no, no,
born.
no, 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 no. Lots and lots of drugs.
Oh, yes. Oh, I did put those in the locker. I thought it would be a free day. If you want, here's the key.
Just toss the key.
I appreciate it.
Have
Cleo
anything?
takes the key.
Uh,
You want anything out of your locker, or are you all set to sit in the water and pretend you don't exist?
I would like to sit in the water and pretend I don't exist. If you wish to go in the water with me, we can pretend we're twins.
I'm good for now, I think. And then Cleo takes a moment and actually thinks, it's just like, I was gonna go for a massage, but you know,
Oh,
I would like to continue to attempt to stay discreet about, the whole my
back.
constitution. Even though
Yeah.
ever since I met this party, for some god's forsaken reason, I have spilled the beans on that more than once.
I think this party might be cursed with like some sort of weird truth serum.
Yeah, no, it does feel like that.
Just a bit. I don't know how I feel about it. But, alright.
I think
yeah.
I'm just gonna go.
You're just gonna go?
I think I'm gonna go into your locker, acquire some things, and I don't maybe get a facial.
Sounds like a great idea.
I think I'll get a facial.
Wait, which kind of facial are you talking about?
Get your mind out of the fucking gutter.
It's in character for Misty.
That is very in character for Misty, but it took me a moment.
Yeah, it also took me a moment. I did not realize. I'm just like,
I picked up
what,
on that.
like a mud,
I picked
like
up
a
on
mud
that
facial.
Oh, I did.
immediately,
Like-
but I wasn't going to
I
be the one
picked
to
up
say
on
it.
it before Misty said something.
I also picked on it before Misty said something, but I wasn't going to be the one to say it.
Misty just says everything in a very innocent sounding way, but very, very rhyme.
Girly pups, I'm two things right now. Gay is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Silly is the other.
Girl, you can
Alright.
get a facial being gay.
Mm-hmm.
I was meaning, do you want like a clay mask, or like, are you wanting like, I don't know, a little facial with lotus leaves, or something
I don't
like
know yet. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Something that'll be rejuvenating for
what
my
do you think I was
magically
talking
created
about?
skin.
What do you think I was talking about?
Oh, nothing at all.
Oh. Alright. Oh. Okay, you go
no,
have fun.
the gay and silly thing was something out of character.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was talking about me,
Mm-hmm.
not Cleo.
To be fair, Cleo is also gay and silly.
Cleo
Yeah,
isn't silly yet.
Just a silly little
Not
baby.
yet. Not yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
So, as that is happening, Tempter, you enter in.
Yeah.
You enter into the spa, and you see this like very crotcheting old halfling, like just watches Cleo walk past him, and then just like spins around to you. Hello.
Greetings.
How can I help you?
There is knocking, and it is distracting me, and I don't know what it's from. There's a light knocking. I don't know if you guys are able to hear it. Sorry, what did you say?
How can I help you?
Am I to believe that we are each given a... I'm with the Woven Fates. Are we to each... I'm sorry. Am I to believe that we each have our own private room?
You can go to a private room or join one of your companions in any of the activities that they are doing.
I'm just going to look at the doors and look back to the halfling saying, thank you. And it's going to try and find a private room.
You kind of go up to one of the doors that aren't opened yet, and you just swing the door open, and it is just a dirt wall behind the door, and he's like, the halfling comes up behind you. Oh, let me help you with that. And he like closes the door, knocks on the door with the staff, and reopens it, and it is just a vast stone room. There are multitudes of options. There is a pool, a hot tub, a mud bath, and just other relaxing stations. He's like, if you have something specific in mind, let me know. If you require anything, let me know.
Thank you very much.
I will be out here attending to your all's needs.
I appreciate that. Now I would like some privacy, please.
Understood. And he just closes the door behind you.
Tempter's going to oh gosh, I haven't really thought about this, so I'm just gonna say Tempter's gonna go into like the mud bath. Because why not? Maybe mud is good for metal. I wouldn't know. But and Tempter is going to like sit and think about the past few weeks and just decompress and like try to process it all. What happened? Like the fight with the Ublex, being shot. Does Tempter know what they were like after the Ublex?
Does Tempter know?
Was that ever explained?
I don't.
I think it was either Cleo or Valius mentioned
Okay.
that you had factory reset.
Yeah, Tempter's gonna think about that, the implications of that, and just take some time to just
Process.
metaphorically breathe.
Yeah. Um,
And just feel the cold mud.
Cleo, you rummage through Misty's locker. What are you looking for?
Her weed.
Fair. Uh,
Straight to the point. I
straight
love
to the
it.
point. You are able to find whatever kind you are looking for. And how does Cleo relax?
Cleo's gonna um go get a facial. Um, and then is there like a private kind of hot spring area that Cleo could go to?
Yes, you can be escorted to a private room. And you said a hot spring?
Yeah.
Uh, you can be given access to a private room. There is another hot spring room that Prar is currently in. But you can also go for your own private room.
Cleo's gonna like ask Prar first and be like go in, like knock and be like, Prar, darling,
Yes.
do you mind if I join you?
Absolutely not. The more the merrier.
Wonderful. I come bearing gifts. I did acquire these from Misty.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. And Cleo's gonna get obscenely high and chill in the hot springs with Prar.
Hell yeah.
If Cleo offers, Prar is also going to get obscenely high.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cleo definitely offers.
You two sit down and relax in more ways than one. Um, and y'all just kind of spend time doing your own thing, relaxing, processing, um, sitting in the bottom of a pool and pretending not that you're not real. Um,
Yes, normal stuff.
Normal stuff. But you all take time for yourselves. If you wish, you have time to fill each other in on everything, fill in the rest of the party of what happened in Arctis. I don't know if that's something you want to roleplay or if you just want to say that it's something you've done.
I think role playing some of it would be fun.
Sounds good. Um, Eventually, after you are all like take your own time to do what you want, there is a big communal dining area that is shown to you by this old man, and he sets up multiple different types of food for people to have, and you can gather around, uh, eat, relax, and discuss what needs to be discussed. Does everybody join for this, or are some people staying in their own lane?
Someone would need to come get Tempter.
Same.
I'll say if it's
I'm I'm in like a spa robe and with my hair up in a towel.
I
the
also, out of character, just have a really, really massive headache. So
okay.
that's why I put myself underwater. I'm pretending I exist.
If you want Misty to stay doing that, you absolutely can. You do not need to be here for
If
this.
someone goes to grab her, she'll come and just listen to whatever and pretend that she is a ghost.
I was gonna say the halfling does let each of you know that there is food ready, and so you are all gathered one by one. It's up to you if your characters join for this, but I'm assuming everyone gathers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You all gather around with it's just a like simple, almost like picnic bench in the middle of this room. This room, less stone and more, it has like a grass floor and dirt walls. There are like patches of moss on the floor, and you see there's like a half-grown tree in one of the walls with branches that kind of sprout out over the ceiling, so you can't see like the dirt ceiling. It's a very nice little like picnic area with like wide variety of food that you can eat.
Ooh. Well, I'm of course going to start munching.
There's
But I'm
not
gonna do
going
it
to
like
be eating
daintily
this
and
time
very
around.
demure. Sorry, we talked at the same exact
So
time.
I was going to say, Tempter's not going to be eating this time around. They're not going to use her human pin to get some grub.
What were you saying though? What did Moon Wizard say?
I said I'm also going to eat, but I'm gonna do it like real demure and proper.
Mm,
I'm feeling quite feminine.
hell yeah. Misty joins in, and then Prar and Cleo both show up very high.
Yeah. They're ready to
Yeah.
munch. They're so
Oh,
ready to munch.
absolutely.
I don't know who wants to start this conversation.
Hello, darlings. Hello,
Greetings, Cleo.
beautifuls.
I mean,
Hello.
excuse me. Hello.
So we have gathered here today to discuss the goings on that happened.
Yes, I would like to be informed as to all that occurred while I was,
Yes.
yes.
So, Black fights.
I
Right.
remember. Yes.
We had it.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Things
That was
happened.
real
We
ugly.
came back. Yay! Tempter,
Yes.
you passed out, I guess is the best way to say that. Died. No, you didn't die.
It
You
was
blacked
like-
out. Macy, what the fuck? That scared me. Okay. You blacked out. And then so we got really, really worried and we cracked you open and your core was cracked and that was terrible. But you were awake again, but then you were not okay. And so not like new Warforged, fresh new babe Warforged, not okay, right? So we had to stay here. I handed you, Tara.
It's okay. You can say it.
Yes. So we go to Arctis, and someone forgets to mention that a certain magic circle leads not into any normal, like, public location, but no, it's the king's private chambers.
Is this
No.
me?
Yes.
Really? Oh dear.
And so in the king's private chambers, we're trying to break out. We meet this cat. It's the king's cat. The cat can talk.
The cat can talk?
The cat can
Yeah,
talk.
it's
The cat is
frickin' awesome.
sneaky and
Was the
manipulative.
cat a special familiar?
Fuck if I know. the silly, sneaky little guy, and we acquire the cat, and we make a deal with the cat. You don't tell the king what the fuck happened, and we get you out of the palace. So we bring the cat here. Like, we come back here. Misty sees some trees, and we come back here. And we drop the cat off here. And it scampers away. And then we walk through a tree, and we're back in Arctis, but not in the king's chambers.
Oh dear.
So, yes.
And then
Yeah.
what happened after that? What happened with the cat?
Shh, that's later.
We're getting to the good part.
So we wander up to the castle. We meander up to yes. And we talk to the guards, and we're just like, hey, we have some people we need to talk to. So we go and we talk to, who did we talk to first?
It was the Baron.
Who did we talk to first?
It was the Baron. I don't know if I don't know if you actually don't remember, but it was the Baron.
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
I think
Escape.
this was the Baron, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but who knows? So we go to speak to the Baron, and the Baron's just like, it was just like, we need to borrow this item from you, and the Baron's just like, oh, sorry, I've lended out I've lended out the item to the Queen. But who is there but my bestie Damien, who I haven't seen in centuries, right? We used to have
The
such a
Damien
good times.
Yes.
That
That was the same
Damien?
Damien that was the same Damien who had asked me about the book, correct?
Yes, we used to live together very briefly, then the librarian's a cunt.
What, just
Yes,
like
and then
like a random librarian, or
You are talking about the librarian at the
Eldritch
in-between,
being
correct?
Eldritch being
that
bitch.
guy.
Yes. I
Yes.
assume that that's who they were talking about.
Kicked me out. The whore. Anyways, we see Damien. I get to see Damien again. It's so nice. He's still as reclusive and kind of rude as ever. Oh, that's so cool. That's very cool, Pra. Anyways, he's as him as ever, and so he decides to hitch along with us as we go and speak with the Queen. And the Queen, he's rude. Not initially, but he's rude. A bit creepy, yes. A bit. He was
I didn't
being.
want to bring it up at the time, but yeah, very off-putting. I was very uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, he was definitely being a bit of a creep to you. So we speak with the Queen, and the Queen's just like, hey. So to let you borrow this thing, I need to get this other thing back. And to do that, we need you to kill this guy in the basement. And we're going to lock you in the basement with this guy, and you need to kill him. So, to
You
get
know,
my
the way you're
fancy
reciting it
sword back-
now, it sounds extremely suspicious.
Yes,
In
I
hindsight.
am quite confused. This is quite peculiar.
It's a lot.
You
So-
had to meet with a guy.
So we go into the
The
basement,
yes.
and we get locked in the basement with this magic dude. He's like an elemental, but better. And we have to fight him, and we have to kill him and get the sword back. And then we give the cursed sword to the Queen. And she's just like, oh, no, not she, he. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to misgender anyone there. And he's
a
just
shot.
like,
Take a shot.
There you go.
I can go take a hit.
Cleo, how much of the things in my bag did you take?
Yes. Anyways,
Oh
I believe
God,
that means all
no.
of it.
it wasn't all of it. Just most of it.
Oh God.
Anywho, we get out. I speak to the queen briefly, and I'm just like, "Hey, girly pop, non-gendered. What if someone here? I would like to see like the Archduke's collection, but also, what if someone here had like a living being, like living sentient being in their collection, and like." For sure, 100% had a living sentient thing in their collection. What would happen then? And the queen was just like, "Oh, that's no good." And then we had to, and then she was just like, "Oh, you get an audience with the king." She's just like, "Whose collection?" And I was just like, "That bitch." That bitch.
Meaning the
us."
Archduke?
Yes.
That is the one Valius spoke of.
Yes.
Continue,
So,
please.
that bitch. I hate him. If I ever see him, I was being nice and I didn't punch him. God, I wanted to smite that. Anyways, calm thyself. Cleo, calm. Continue with the story. So, we send Moon Wizard on a little questy quest to speak with the
Ooh,
queen and get her his
Take a shot.
their opinion on what constitutes a sentient being. And so
Bring up the total.
yes, no, I was going to talk about the total. And so Moon Wizard comes back with very little information, and then the total comes.
Well, I specifically requested for Kobo.
Yes, you did. You did
Couple.
request.
You spoke of Cobble.
Yes. Yes, I spoke with Cobble, and
How is
I got
she?
to inform her that the gods shatter not knowing how she did things. And she was elated by that. It was fantastic.
That does sound exactly like her. I am glad her secret is still kept safe.
Anyways, she comes and she's just like, yeah, the queen, he doesn't think Warforged are people. Straight up. Who you going to have to convince is the king. But the thing is, the king is very hush. Oh, also, while we're on our way, going back to going into the basement, on our way to the basement, we overhear some people discussing, specifically with the queen, about how something's gone missing. And how something's escaped.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes, so it got around very quickly. No one found out until later. But it got around very quickly that the little kitty escaped. But it was remedied very, very quickly as well. So we have our audience with the king, and the queen, and the cunt.
Some other
And I walk in and he's there in all of his stupid, obnoxious, hoity-toity, I'm an awesome-ear and I'm a powerful wizard, and ha ha ha. Fuck that guy. We convinced the king to let us go into the Archduke's little collection and wake up Valius. Because Valius is down there. And so we go down.
There's a very in-depth telling of the story. I'm actually quite impressed.
I'm also quite impressed.
This is quite impressive.
Yeah.
I'm actually so impressed.
So we go down into the place and it looks, and I'm trying so hard not to think about
Gosh.
how much it looks like my dad's place, but it looks so much like my dad's place. Like, it's
Oh, I have that image in my head now.
uncomfortable how much it looks like my dad's
Ew.
place. And then there's a little display, and it's like he's pretending that Valius is just a suit of armor when you can totally, like, if you actually, it used to be like, oh, the core next to Valius, like, that was the only other Warforged thing in here, like, it could be a coincidence, but now there's like 4 other corpses. So, like, this was definitely, he knew. So we go over, we open up the thingy, we give words of affirmations and inspirations and weird dream things. I don't really know what Damien did. I do know what Damien did. I don't always understand what Damien does. Anyways, Valius wakes up. And immediately goes and punches the Archduke in the face, square in the face. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's fantastic.
That is wonderful.
Valius makes a little deal with the king not to cause more trouble as long as the king currently reigns. So Valius reigns it in, and we are free to leave, and so we do so. But also, before we actually go down into the collection, the king pulls us aside and is just like, hey. Because the king did already confront us about how, with the queen there, about how we are the reasons the cat got out, and we were talking about how it was a very persuasive cat. And no one knows that the cat can talk. Not even the queen knows that the cat can talk. Like, no one knows except for the king that the
From
cat
us,
can
of
talk.
course.
Yes. And so everyone else is dismissed, and we're talking to the king alone, just us and the king is just like, don't tell anyone that the cat can talk. And yes, I'm aware the cat has a potty mouth, and it's very persuasive. But also, it's fine that you guys did that, and also, please don't teleport into my room again. So the fucking cat snitched. The cat's a snitch.
You are
Anyways,
quite lucky in that
Fucking
situation.
snitch.
we come out of the Archduke's little chambers with Valius in tow, and then we go home, and we show up in Tara's room at like 1 a.m. Teehee, and that's everything that happened.
I thank you for the in-depth explanation.
You guys had a wild couple days. I'm so glad I stayed here. Actually, I would have liked to see some rich fuck get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Fucking okay. First things first. Oh, wonderful
What?
explanation. Wonderful
That was a
recap.
great explanation.
You're
Um,
welcome. Thank you.
Goddamn.
I'm trying to say
No,
something.
that's-
I know what
that's
I
just
want
the
to say, but I
way-
can't think of how I want to say it.
That's just the way I explain the campaign to people, actually.
Yeah, no, that was wonderful. That was like a solid like 15 minutes of explanation and like in depth, and it was actually like really cool.
Yeah.
And very in
Yeah, it was-
character.
Yeah, and very in character.
Teehee.
Anyway, Tenter is taking it on the information and says to the party,
Did you add it? No. Just curious.
I deeply thank you all for going on that adventure for my sake.
Of
I would
course
not be
you're a
back here if
friend.
I would not be back here if it wasn't for you. Thank you.
Of course.
Don't, you're gonna make me all bashful.
It has been stressful the past few weeks, to say the least.
Tell me about it, darling.
I can imagine.
And now, next is the dragon, I suppose.
By gods, I forgot about the dragon.
Apologies.
I was so focused on getting this wonderful spa that I forgot we're supposed to be killing a fucking dragon.
Yes.
Damn. Kind of killed the mood, I'm not going to lie.
I'm terribly sorry.
No, it's
I've just
okay,
been
it wasn't
doing.
your fault. I
I've
love
just
you.
been doing
I
thinking.
mean, what?
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. My heart's fluttering. Ugh.
Whoa, my gears are turning! Woo!
Oh,
I was like, is it
Clink,
steamy in
clank.
here, or is it that just me?
I don't. This is not exactly what the right thing to say to this situation. But the only thing that's coming to my brain is old man Yowie.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Shut up, actually die even.
Actually die.
Like, consider throwing yourself off the nearest cliff, maybe.
No.
Hee hee.
Go kiss a train.
Whoa.
I'm
Go
sorry.
make love to the pavement.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Ah. Anyways.
Anyway. Yes.
Leo,
Yes.
might I ask why in particular you do not wish the librarian to have the book? Would that not be the safest place for it to reside?
So, like,
Or is it just
a
because of
really
personal reasons?
long time ago, I was living in the library.
Yes,
And
I had heard.
bitch kicked me out.
So this is for a
Whoa.
personal reason.
Yes, he's also extraordinarily rude and hoity-toity and, like, annoying. And, like, yeah, the book will end up back there eventually anyways. But, like, you know, sometimes you just gotta keep some of his toys from him.
Hmm.
No
I'm
one
willing to
likes that guy.
I am willing to keep the book on my person now. However, seeing as how when I died and collapsed later, you were able to easily retrieve the book from me. What if that were to happen with someone else?
Yes, that is, a concern. But in that case...
I realize it is not in the safest place on my person. I'm able to protect it as much as I can. However, I do not know how long that will be able to last.
Yes. And there's really no reason for us to read it, is there?
I do not. There is no.
We could go on
I
a
hope that there is no reason for us to use it.
we could go on a silly little trip, to a silly little place that no one knows about, and bury it with my brother.
That is not what I had in mind. However, what I do have in mind is eventually returning it to the librarian, but still making use of it.
How do you believe you would do that?
Perhaps we can trade. But the last time most of us at least, were at the we've only been to the library once. And in that moment, the librarian offered each of us a deal. At the time, none of us took it. However, perhaps we can amend the deal. This book for someone else's. Perhaps maybe we can get Barutar's book by trading it to this one. Or another person of interest, perhaps.
Perhaps. Though I do believe things might go. I personally don't believe the librarian will trade one book, one measly Eva Raihan book, for the life book of another. But if we got our grabby little hands back onto one of the two others that you lot had.
We had our own
Maybe
personal reasons
then.
for discarding with them.
Yes, maybe then, with 2 books, we can
What is it
meander
are you
into the
suggesting,
library
Clea?
again. Killing Tower, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, I kind of
As-
assumed that was on the list of things to do.
That is technically on the list of
We
things to
don't
do.
discuss
However, we
this
do
while
need
I'm
Tao's
in the
help
room.
for the dragon.
Shit, you right. I don't know.
If there is another Ibarra handbook you know the location of, and believe that we can make this deal with $2 instead of 1, I'm open to suggestions.
No.
Damien has one.
No.
Sorry?
Yeah, no, but Cleo's...
I think Cleo's the only person who would know that.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, Cleo's the only person who would know that. And Cleo's
Plus,
like...
I doubt Damien would be willing.
Yeah.
Would be
Yeah.
so unwilling to
Oh,
give up
fuck
his
no.
book.
Yeah,
Especially
no,
to the
what-
librarian of all people.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the thought Cleo is having is like...
Perhaps
No.
I believe that's the trade idea is still worth a try.
Okay. Maybe, but be prepared to have to give more.
Hmm.
Always be prepared to have to give more.
The librarian did ask for strange things the last time we were there.
Sounds like it.
Yes. But we shall see. Perhaps we shall meet him again sometime soon. But currently, this book must be kept safe. If this falls into the hands of another person, like the one I retrieved it from, it would be disastrous.
Oh, yes. Especially that one. I don't know too terribly much, but, like... You can infer quite a lot just from the name of it.
Yes. We...
Ah.
And, like, Tenter, like, does a round circle of, like, a Prar and Moon Wizard. It's just, like, have seen up close, firsthand, what this book is capable of.
Oh, boy.
And the
Damn,
monsters it
sucks.
creates. And the monsters it creates. Moon Wizard actually died to one.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
You have a habit of doing that anyways.
Mm. Yeah.
Regardless, in the time being, it shall be kept on me.
Alright. I can work with that.
I'm sorry for changing topics to such serious matters. It is something I had thought about.
It's okay.
You're all good.
And in an attempt to lighten the mood again, Tempter's gonna not lean, but like turn towards Moon Wizard and say, "So what was the food like in Arctis?"
Did we eat food in Arctis?
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
Yes, you did. You were there for
What
a few
did we
days.
have?
Just make something
whatever.
up, man.
Oh, okay. I
You
thought
only
we
asked for pudding, and you were given pudding. But
Yeah.
you were given free range of
Dude, did Moon Wizard only eat pudding for like 6 days straight?
I have a question about
That's not
Moon
so-
Wizard.
That's not something I doubt, but like I'm just curious.
No, I have a very important question about Moon Wizard. Does he have the Go-Gut curse?
Oh god, not
The
the
fucking taco.
Huh?
Oh my god, tacos
No.
go curse! I forgot about that.
Does he have Taco's Go-Gurt curse?
Oh my god, it's an Adventure Zone reference.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Nerds.
yeah,
Shut up.
Nerds.
where everything that character eats tastes like Go-Gurt.
It was specifically key lime Go-Gurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sick, I won't lie.
Transmutation wizard accidentally curses himself, so everything he eats tastes like key lime Go-Gurt. That's it's not my character. That's a lone decision.
No, I'm an old man who likes to eat goop.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah, goop.
Yeah.
Goop is good.
Goop boy.
No, don't eat prawn.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I was
Haircut.
gonna,
Whoa.
Yeah, no, you can eat prawn other
Haircut.
ways.
I was gonna say, speaking about Prar, did you want to fill the party in on what you've been doing the past few days, or are you just keeping that to yourself?
that's been a lot of therapy, and I don't think Par's ready to discuss that.
Understood.
Fair
Dude, I
enough.
think it's time for Tempter to go to therapy after what happened.
Hey, therapy session next episode. That's fine.
Yeah.
Or we could just say you all go to therapy. Ah,
But the therapy sessions are more fun when we actually roleplay them.
They really are.
cool. I'll line up therapy for next week.
Yippee!
We'll do group
My
therapy.
favorite!
We'll do group therapy next week. Speaking about that, unless there's anything else you want to do, would you all think this is a good time to end it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm struggling to think of like conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that part of why I did the full recap was just like, I think we're probably gonna end soon, so
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
I can.
But yeah. Thank you all for stopping by. Watch next week for group therapy.
Yeah, group therapy.
Yeah, group therapy.
Thank you all for stopping in. I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you later.
Bye bye.